All right, today we're gonna go over the best blood pressure remedies for high blood pressure. Okay, we're talking about hypertension. What natural means can you take to lower your BP outside of medication or in addition to? Everything in part 3 is gonna be all about natural oils you can use. Check out part 1 and 2. They have a lot of the good herbs and foods that you can take in order to lower your blood pressure. All right, so let's get started. Our first remedy is black seed oil. I'm sure you've heard of it over the past few years. It's becoming kind of a trend, but it is a powerful remedy for blood pressure. Now, the other name for black seed oil is Nigella sativa. It is actually cumin seeds. So some of you already use like cumin powder or cumin seasoning. This is basically the oil from those tiny little black seeds, and it's been used as a natural remedy for thousands and thousands of years. The ancient Greeks used it. It was used in Ayurvedic medicine by the Indians, traditionally for wound healing, anesthetics, and for digestion. Sativa contains black seed oil, cumin seeds. These are all the same thing, okay? Sativa contains a lot of vitamin A, more than you will get from carrots, okay? It contains a lot of hormone D. You know it's vitamin D, but I like to call it a hormone because that's really what it is, and it acts as a hormone. It's not a nutrient. A hormone is something that initiates the process in the body. Hormone D helps get calcium into your bones, okay? It helps you digest calcium and assist it into the bones where it should be and out of the blood. It also contains a lot of fatty acids, mainly thymoquinone and thymol. All these are very great for high blood pressure. There's so many benefits. It's a potent antioxidant. Black seed oil is a powerful anti-inflammatory. A lot of high blood pressure is caused by oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is really free radicals roaming in the body. These free radicals are unstable molecules, and they like to bind to healthy cells. And this actually harms your cells when you have too many oxidants. So you want to have antioxidants all over your diet and your supplementation to constantly minimize the effect of free radicals and minimize the effect of oxidative stress. This is also in sativa, black seed oil, okay? It also increases nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a blood vessel widener. It relaxes your blood vessels. It allows them to expand, helping reduce your blood pressure. It's a calcium channel blocker. You have medications that you take for hypertension that act as calcium channel blockers. So black seed oil is a natural calcium channel blocker because again, it has hormone D in it, which keeps calcium where it should be out of your blood, right? It is also a diuretic. A lot of you are taking diuretic medications and to help your kidneys, but black seed oil is a natural remedy for that. And it's a general hypotensive. Hypotensive remedies in herbs lower your blood pressure, and they also lower and normalize your heart rate. When you see hypotensive, that's good for your blood pressure. So there's studies, there's blood pressure studies that were done to kind of prove that black seed oil does lower your blood pressure. This one had 70 healthy volunteers between the age of 34 and 63. And these, their systolic blood pressure range from 110 to 140. So that goes from normal to what you call stage 1 and stage 2 hypertension. So they had a range of blood pressure within this group of 70 people. So they took black seed oil twice a day for 2 months, and that lowered their systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Now, the results show that in sativa oil, black seed oil, treated that group that actually took the oil, not the placebo group, significantly decreased both of their numbers. Now, let's see. Where do you get your black seed oil from? How do you take it? It comes in capsule form. Even in a capsule, there's liquid inside. or you get black seed, the actual oil, in a bottle, and you could pour the oil in the spoon and take it that way. It has a strong taste. You might not be able to tolerate it, but it works either way. It is well absorbed by your digestive tract. You can take it every day. And then the study, say you want to mimic the study, the people there took 2.5 milliliters of sativa oil twice a day. So you can start with the 2.5 milliliters. Find something that's a reputable brand. Find something that is FDA approved if possible. Make sure it's cold pressed oil. As soon as you heat the oil, it starts to break down and you lose those benefits. It may become toxic as well. So always get cold pressed oil. Make sure it's organic, non-GMO. Okay, get some quality supplements and get quality results and lower your blood pressure. Now, if you need more help finding out where to buy it, what brands to buy, I do have a list, a where to buy list for all these remedies, where to go get it, and I give you instructions. I also kind of tell you what it does, give you a reminder, if you forget what's on this video, a reminder of how it helps your blood pressure. It's a calcium channel blocker. It's a diuretic. And so I have black seed oil on that list, but all the other remedies that we'll talk about later. So the next one, number 2, olive oil. Now, everybody likes olive oil, especially a lot of pasta. You like to kind of saute your veggies in olive oil, but maybe you didn't know it helps with your blood pressure. So olive oil, of course, comes from olives, comes from the olive tree. And again, this is one of those remedies that's been used for forever. The Egyptians used it. I mean, this is tens of thousands of years ago, olive oil is being used. Egyptians used it. The pharaohs used it for food. They used it for health purposes. They used it for spiritual and religious practices. So nowadays, what we're using olive oil for, how to help them with high blood pressure. Olive oil contains something called polyphenols. Okay, there's pretty much a lot of plant chemicals that are actually good for us. Flavonoids, these are anti-inflammatories, these are antioxidants. Your antioxidants are important to reduce your oxidative stress, which may be a part of your high blood pressure. So what else can we say about olive oil? Again, polyphenols are a category of plant compounds that offer various health benefits. Regular consumption of polyphenols are thought to boost digestion, brain health, protect against heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. So it's just good to have polyphenols in your overall diet, of course, from actual plants, food that you eat, your veggies and your fruit, but also your supplements. Red wine, dark chocolate, tea, and berries are great sources for polyphenols. Now back to olive oil. Heart health with olive oil. So there are studies, some research that I've done that shows virgin olive oil, that's the VOO, normalizes systolic blood pressure in hypertensive people. And so it says 136 systolic blood pressure plus or minus 10. That's huge. You want to change your blood pressure by 10 points? Try some olive oil. It improves your arterial function. It reduces blood clotting. And it can reduce your blood pressure medications by 50%. The result of this study was that the people who were on medication were able to lower and reduce the medication by 50% because that olive oil did so good to lower their blood pressure. How you want to buy it? Buy cold pressed, organic, extra virgin. The purest version of olive oil you can find is extra virgin. You can consume 1 to 4 tablespoons a day. Never heat it. Again, these are oils, you just don't heat them. You don't heat these types of oils. Whenever it's cold pressed for a reason. It means heat will break it down and make it possibly become toxic. And also, if you're not going to cook with it, you're like, well, what am I going to do with it? Well, you can, cook your veggies, and then when you're done cooking it, put that olive oil, pour it a little bit on top to flavor. You can pour it on your salad as salad dressing. You can put it on top of your salmon after you cook your salmon, on top of your pasta, or you just do it, straight up virgin, organic extra virgin olive oil in a tablespoon and take it that way. So next one's cod liver oil. This is also a pretty popular one. It has well-rounded health benefits. It's from cod liver, literally, which sounds maybe kind of gross, but it's really healthy. Has a lot of hormone D in it. Has your omega-3 in it. And a lot of people are not getting enough omega-3. So because it's from fish, it has your omega-3 in it. In the right balance, you should get it. But a lot of vitamin A, a lot of fatty acids, and triglycerides. So now cod liver oil has this well-rounded effect on blood pressure and lowering your blood pressure. But let's take a closer look at what's in it. 1 teaspoon, not tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of cod liver oil. 90% of the recommended daily intake of vitamin A. Over 100% of the hormone D you need every day. 890 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids. Like if you have any supplements, or let's say you're somebody who doesn't really like to take supplements, and you want to narrow it down to maybe a few, like cod liver oil is one of the few you should consider because it has so much in it. Now, how does it lower your blood pressure? It reduces triglycerides, right? Lowers blood pressure. Many studies found that omega-3 fatty acids may lower blood pressure, especially those people with high cholesterol, which is causing your high blood pressure, okay? So these omega-3 fatty acids and other fatty acids within the cod liver oil kind of helps, they say, lower bad cholesterol. But then on the other hand, it helps increase good cholesterol, which is your HDL. So it has a balanced effect on cholesterol overall. It prevents plaque formation. So if your high blood pressure is caused by the formation of plaque along your arteries, consider cod liver oil. So there's a few studies. The conclusion is that the intake of cod liver oil is associated with lower blood pressure, especially among elderly people, and may have just beneficial effects on health in general. A notable proportion of participants who are at risk of low vitamin D and B6, iodine, and iron, they are helped by taking cod liver oil. So add it to your diet. It's easy to add to your diet. You can take liquid form. If you don't like the taste, you can take capsules. There aren't any really set guidelines to it, but it says a common dose is 1 to 2 teaspoons. But taking more than or up to a tablespoon per day is usually safe. It says higher doses, so don't take more than 1 tablespoon because that might be too much. You might start getting too much vitamin A because remember, 1 teaspoon has 90% of the vitamin A you need. So if you start taking more than a tablespoon, that's just too much vitamin A. Now, black sesame seed oil, different from black seed oil. I point out black seed oil is cumin seeds. So black sesame seed oil is sesame seeds. They're different shades of sesame seed, but it's the black ones that help with lower blood pressure. So that's a nice little sesame plant if you've never seen one, with a nice purple flower on it. They're native to sub-Saharan Africa, domesticated over 2,000 years ago. Now, today, most of it is coming from Mexico, and you can see a lot of it in your McDonald's sesame seeds and sesame seed buns, but don't get yours from there because McDonald's is not good. Black sesame seed oil contains a lot of nutrition, manganese, calcium, vitamin E, your omega-3 and your omega-6. It is an antioxidant. So all these oils, you see that common point. They're antioxidants. They're all anti-inflammatory. And this one lowers your LDL. It doesn't have necessarily that benefit of increasing HDL like like cod liver oil, but it does lower LDL like cod liver oil does. So black sesame seed oil, here's some research. One particular study, there's 328 patients. The average blood pressure was 166 over 101, extremely high. On average, black sesame seed oil lowered that blood pressure, that systolic blood pressure, by 30 points and lowered the diastolic by 17 points. That's tremendous. That can take you from stage 2 to normal. That completely eliminates your hypertensive issue there altogether, just black sesame seed oil. And so they took 10 to 30 milligrams a day. Now, how do you take it? 1 to 2 tablespoons per day seems to be safe. You can use it. It says used for cooking. Like, again, I don't recommend that. I recommend using it as like a seasoning, but you can do it. Or you can take it orally, like you can take the other oils. Okay, again, non-GMO, organic. Now, if you're just like steaming some veggies, and after you steam the veggies, you're gonna put some black seed oil on it while they're still hot, that's safe. That's not heating. Heating is when you put it directly like in a hot skillet. Like, just don't do that. So again, I have the list of all these remedies, brands that are quality brands, and they're affordable, and like where you can buy all these oils. So check that out in the description. The last one is CBD oil. I know a lot of you kind of or heard about this already and kind of wonder, does it work for hypertension? Well, let's first talk about CBD, cannabinol. It's derived directly from a hemp plant. How does it help with blood pressure? It can decrease blood pressure, but no, during stress, by 5 points. That's your systolic blood pressure you're talking about. So what that means is, say something suddenly happened. Somebody cuts you off in traffic and you kind of get wound up and your blood pressure goes up. Well, if you're taking CBD oil regularly, it will minimize the amount your blood pressure goes up in that stressful situation. Right? So it's acute stress, situational stress, that it reduces your blood pressure. It doesn't do that if the issue is chronic stress and it's something you're dealing with every day. Like, CBD doesn't really help you with that. So there's no evidence CBD reduces blood pressure in non-stressful situations. So even just generally, you wouldn't take it, CBD oil, just every day thinking overall it will lower your blood pressure. It doesn't do that. At least studies don't show that it does that. And it also may increase your heart rate. I did hear somebody say that happened to them. Their heart rate went up and made them uncomfortable. Because you don't want high blood pressure and you don't increase heart rate, because that just feels like something bad's going to happen any minute. But CBD, now if you've ever had a stroke or you feel you're at risk for a stroke, CBD is something to consider, because during stroke, it can protect from brain damage and minimize the damage to your brain after stroke. And it can also increase blood flow. So that's how it helps your brain. If you're having a stroke, it increases blood flow to the brain, which then, feeds oxygen to the cells, which, reduces the chance of brain damage. Another benefit, because a lot of you might be suffering from some type of anxiety or depression, it reduces anxiety for you. A review of potential side effects in humans found that CBD was well tolerated across a range of people, up to 1,500 milligrams a day orally, with no reported negative mood side effects. So for those of you with anxiety, you're taking your medication, but that medication comes with side effects, you might consider CBD, because you can take it, reduce your anxiety, no side effects. And like the other oils, again, it's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and it's a neuroprotective, because it protects your brain and during stroke. How do you take CBD? There's so many ways now. You could take it in edibles. Take it in candy form. You could take it in some honey, oils, tinctures, Skin cream. The best, most effective way is sublingual, what you put under your tongue, and it breaks down. You take it in quickly. It's very effective. The dose starts small, and you can, monitor the reaction that your body's having to it. Monitor your heart rate, and then gradually increase as you start feeling like your body's adjusted to it. So there you are, like 5 really good herbal remedies, all oily: black sesame seed oil, CBD, cod liver, your olive oil, and your black seed oil. So thank you for listening. Check out Health That Heart on the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share. Send me, April, your questions at april@healthatheart.com, and I will make a video in response to your questions and share your experiences in the comment section. See you next time.